Andy Thompson here, and I'm proud to be back with Word on the Street. Today we're talking education, and there's a lot of stuff regarding education going on here in the city of Boca Raton over the past few weeks. Back in February, the City Council created an education task force and gave us a specific set of duties. We had to look at school capacity, school construction, and school renovation and provide recommendations to the City Council regarding what the people here in the city of Boca Raton want to see done regarding those issues. And we've met now several times, the Education Task Force has, and the past few months have been dedicated to doing our homework. We've been getting the lay of the land with respect to the capacity and construction here in Boca Raton. And in that sense, we've been doing a lot of data collecting, and we've been doing that through the Palm Beach County School District, specifically School Board member Frank Barbieri, who's been a wonderful asset in getting us the information regarding capacity, renovation, and construction here for the schools in Boca Raton. Not surprisingly, most of the schools in Boca Raton are over capacity. And there's parts of the city that have been more responsible than others for adding these additional students into our schools. But we also know that there's a great deal of additional capacity on its way here in the city of Boca Raton, because not only are additional schools being built, but the schools here in the city are being rebuilt, specifically Addison Meisner and Verde Elementary. And our Education Task Force presented to the City Council our plan of action just yesterday on April 23rd, and we talked about what kinds of additional information we're going to be seeking. And by that I mean we're going to be meeting, that task force will be with residents, of course, but also principals of the schools, the PTA members, and the SAC committee members for each of the schools here within our city to get a sense of what they want to see done, what they think the issues are, and what they think the recommendations ought to be. I imagine that our task force is going to have a few town hall type forums where people can come in and give their ideas as to what the schools need. And at this task force presentation a couple of days ago, we asked the City Council for one additional job. And that is, when we were created, the task force it was just days before the tragedy in Parkland. And so school security wasn't exactly at the top of everybody's mind, but now, as a matter of fact, it is. And the people who have come to our task force meetings, and for that matter, lots of people have, it's been generating a lot of interest among the residents here in the city, which is a good sign because it means that people do really care about education here. That was one of the issues they always wanted to talk about, was school security. So at our presentation to the City Council, we asked them if we could have the authority to review and make recommendations regarding school security, at least insofar as it relates to school construction and school capacity, and the City Council agreed. So that's one issue that we're going to be addressing on the Education Task Force. We have a meeting coming up on April 26th at 6 o'clock at the City Council, the Community Center Annex. So if you have any ideas, any concerns, any thoughts on what can be done with regard to our schools, I encourage you, please come and tell us, because we're looking for your input. That's how these kinds of things work best. So until next time, I'm Andy Thompson, and this has been Word on the Street.